Welcome to the series Future of L&D Tech, where we talk about ideas that will shape the next decade of work. Our guest today has built a career by understanding one fundamental truth, that organizations don't grow unless their people do. Starting his journey on the factory floor as a production engineer, he made a pivotal transition into learning and development, bringing a unique systems thinking mindset to human capital. Across diverse sectors, including automotive, FMCG, and agri-inputs, he has built capability frameworks that span the shop floor, the sales field, and the executive boardroom. As a corporate L&D leader managing enterprise strategy across diverse business units, Abhay bridges the gap between workforce analytics and human potential. By driving digital transformation through modern learning solutions, he creates scalable, agile, and future-ready talent frameworks for emerging and established leaders alike. Holding executive credentials in HR analytics from IIM Kozhikode, he balances data-backed strategy with an empathetic, human-first leadership philosophy. Joining us today to share his journey, leadership philosophy, and perspective on the future of learning and work, it's a pleasure to welcome Abhay Mahimkar. Thank you, Abhay, for joining us for this series and for this episode.
Thanks, Roshan. It's a pleasure to be over here. We always, when people look at my journey, they generally think it's a pivot. But if you think about engineering, in engineering, what we do basically diagnosis and we remove the friction from the system.
Right.
And when it comes to human capital also, L&D does the same thing.
Removing the friction.
Friction capital. So that's not a pivot, but I think so my whatever learnings I had in learning and engineering has obviously helped.
I think the application has changed. The fulcrum is the same.
Fulcrum is the same, but the application is
True. Interesting. Now, like we spoke, you started your career as a production engineer. Today, you're responsible for building people instead of products. Looking back, what made you choose this path? So, from engineering and into pure play L&D. So, although the basics and the fundamentals remain same, but I'm sure something would have gone on in your mind to, come into pure play L&D.
If let's talk about the production days. So I think so when I was a production engineer, I used to always think that we have good machines, we have good raw materials which is coming, top of the class raw materials which is coming. We have developed the process right for the production, etc.
Right.
But still there was an error in the production, etc. And when you do a grassroots analysis of those things, majority of the reasons were the skill. Right. Or communication gap, or two departments not coordinating with each other properly.
Right.
So that is something what learning I had got from production days, and when I came back to learning and development, I think so those things are the main things what happens.
Okay, the main fundamentals.
Main fundamentals what happens.
Okay. So that's what. So it was an easy transition for you, I suppose.
Yes,
didn't take much.
Yeah, in learning and development, I think so. Those applications, what I have realized happened at the shop floor. Those things, those learnings is what getting translated and using it during our learning and development phase. That's the only thing.
Exactly. Spoken like a true engineer, though. Interesting.
Thanks for
now,
that.
Your career has moved through production, safety, technical education, automotive, FMCG, and now finally in agri-tech. Which transition demanded the biggest reinvention from you? Not professionally, but personally at least.
The major shift when we talk about what has happened is when you talk about engineering,
right,
or when you talk about shop floor training, etc., you see there is always a binary output over there. Right. So whatever you do, you either get a result or you don't get a result. The safety protocols, the things what you need to do is fixed.
Right.
But when you come to FMCG or agri-tech industry, what happens is there are multiple aspects which is into play. Right. And major challenge at this level is not just designing something. It is also, you also need a buy-in of the stakeholders. You also need to understand the dynamics, geographical challenges, the ecosystem what is there.
Right.
And that is what basically has been the change.
Okay. So would you say that each industry, when you changed, you had to jump into understanding the demographics
Exactly.
of the people a little more in detail and all that, but the fundamentals still remain the same. The fulcrum was still the same.
Correct.
Okay, fair enough. Now, having worked outside HR before entering L&D, what do you see differently that many learning professionals often miss?
So when learning and development came to me,
Right.
and when I started understanding the various matrices of learning and development, majority of times we always see that we track the hygiene parameters,
Right.
like how many numbers of trainings we have done,
Man days, courses covered,
etc.
numbers.
Numbers.
The focus is on numbers.
Focus is majorly on numbers. But when you talk about learning and development as a function, learning and development is more like a business enabler. What majority of things, what we need to majorly focus around, what kind of if we do some training, what kind of output it delivers to the business, whether are we able to bring in the changes within the ecosystem or not.
Right.
And tracking those parameters is very important, is what I feel like.
Right. So what you're indicating is key numbers are fine, but what is the business impact
Exactly.
that's getting created
Yes.
through these initiatives? Okay, fair enough. I think very a smart thought coming into L&D directly. Interesting. Now, you've built learning ecosystems for factory operators, dealership technicians, sales professionals, and corporate leaders. Which audience forced you to completely rethink how adults actually learn?
I think so. For this, I will obviously tell the grassroots people. For example, the shop floor supervisors or the
Right.
people who work on the field. Because if you talk about the corporate employees generally, corporate people, when you're doing a corporate training, you put them into a seminar, you put them for a 3 hours or 2 days workshop, give a 50-page PPT to them, and they are like, yeah, okay, they will enjoy it, they will learn the concepts, etc. etc.
Right.
But when it comes to grassroots employees, if you put them in this scenario, they will not
be
enjoy it that
disconnected.
much. Yes,
Right.
there will be a disconnect. So when you talk about these people, they need the solution at their hand,
Right.
basically. So one thing what I realized when I communicated with this kind of people is, one thing when it comes to adult people generally are one thing what we need to take care of is, majority of adults, they have some knowledge or the other, and as an L&D professional we need to develop on that knowledge. So acknowledge what they know and use that knowledge to develop their skills. That is something which obviously is there. And secondly, can we build in bit-sized learning, give them
Right.
the right output at the right time.
Right. Interesting. That makes a lot of sense because smaller nuggets of learning
Yes.
create a larger
Major
impact
impacts.
as well. Interesting. Well, thank you, Abhay. You gave us a great perspective into how your entry into L&D was and what your thought processes are in terms of, the various industries that you worked in and how you have found your way of making learning matter in all the organizations and industries that you work with. So I think that's a great lesson right there. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks.